wanted a radio show. I'm like, no one's going to give me a radio show. And also, I'd probably swear. I'd fuck it up.
Right.
And then there was XM, and back at the time, XM wasn't giving anybody any money. They had all their money was going to Howard Stern. Sirius XM, whatever it is, the whole.
I think it still is
the big thing. Do they still call it Sirius XM?
Still Sirius XM, and I've heard that it's Howard's money.
Yeah, but he has so much. Well, first of all, if he leaves, they're fucked.
Oh yeah,
because that's like how many subscribers? Will bail when that guy leaves.
Dude, I did Howard Stern show 3 months ago, and I thought he wasn't in the room, but the way they have that set up is you really believe he's in the room, like almost like a hologram.
They tricked you.
Dude, I was talking to Howard Stern, but he was in Long Island or wherever he was, Florida, and I was in the city. It was actually pretty crazy because, you know, it's Howard. It's like it's a big deal. It's almost like a surreal.
For a New Yorker, particularly.
Of course, yeah. It's almost like a surreal thing. We're like, this is Howard Stern, what?
Yeah.
And they told me, they were like, you're going to go on for 5 minutes. So I was prepared to do that. It was, they had a segment on there where I forgot what the name of it was, but you had to guess this guy's sexual fetish. And the guy's fetish was that he liked his nuts and dick taped, nailed to the wall. That's what he was into.
Jesus. His dick?
Yes. Dick
nailed to the wall?
Nailed to the wall with a fucking nail gun.
Oh!
Yeah. It was, that was when we had to guess it little by little.
God damn.
So it was.
How do you even stand for that?
He loved it, dude.
Do you have to like get your dick on the side of a wall?
How do you find it out? How do you get there?
How do you find that?
He's
very good question, Jamie. It's a very good question.
He would stick when he was a kid. When he would get yelled at by his mom and dad, he would stick safety pins. He would stick safety pins through his dick and balls, like as a way to cope with it all.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So you just ramp up from there.
Oh
yeah,
my
just kept it going. Rock hard, he said. By the way, he was rock hard on the show when he was taping his nuts to the wall.
Oh god!
So we had to we had to guess it. We had to guess it, and he was like, it was like this thing where they were like, the producer were like, hey, he's going to talk to you for 5 minutes, just get to know you, your name, what do you do, comedy, whatever, and then you're going to get into this segment. And I was like, okay, great. Baba Booey, Gary, is the one who hooked it all up, and I was like, great, dude, 5 minutes, that's awesome, like, excellent. And then so we're starting to talk. I don't know what I said. I said something stupid, and he started to laugh. And then he was like, wait a second. What is it? Who are you? And I was like, on the show, I was like, hey, my name is what I do, blah, 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 blah. We talked for like an hour and a half. I'm like, I got like a real Howard Stern interview. And then we did the bit at the end. I didn't have any good guesses. And then like 20 minutes later, I get a call from a random number. And I pick up, and he's like, hey, it's Howard. And I thought initially it was one of my friends doing like an impersonation, like because they knew I was on Howard. It happens live. And then he was like, no, it's me. It's Howard. He was like, man, that was great. He was like, I don't know, like just whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. He was like, I was very engaged with that stuff, man. He was like, so good. And then I was like, okay, thanks. And then hung up. And then I was like, holy shit, did that really just fucking happen from comedy? And I felt really positive. I still feel really positive and great about that, but sometimes my brain can't hold on to that for too long, and then what will happen is we'll say, okay, well, let's balance it. Let's Catholic guilt come in. Let's balance it and make ourselves, not believe him in some way. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I hear from you a lot. You'd be able to kind of take that confidence, which is a beautiful thing, and just kind of have it make you stronger and say, all right, I'm going to keep going up. Where I look for a way down from it to balance, and so I fight against that. But I'm getting close, and I do think the next time I come on this podcast, I'll be fully gay.
Oh, okay.
I'll be fully in.
Okay. I don't think too much about myself.
Right.
I try to just think about life, and I think about what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Whatever thing I'm trying to be good at. That's how I handle it. I think dwelling too much about yourself is not. It's like every comic has a tendency towards narcissism. I don't think that should be encouraged. I don't find any benefit to it.
Right. Even you? Do you think you have a do you
everybody
have
does, I think.
We just have it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah.
That's why you want to look good. You want to sound good. You want people to admire you.
Right.
People think you're doing well.
Right.
All that stuff. But don't feed that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Feeding it.
Don't feed it. Think about the thing. Like whatever you're doing, whatever your art form is,
Yeah.
or relationships or friendships, or think about those things. Don't
Feed the
think
good
about
wolf or the
you.
bad wolf.
Yeah, don't
right?
think about you.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Don't think about you.
Think about the thing you're trying to do, and just be the best you can at the thing. The best you can be at the thing is everything you could ever ask of yourself. And the only thing that's going to get in the way of that is doubts, lack of discipline, lack of talent, lack of hard work.
Yeah.
Work ethic is a lot. There's a lot of people that like substitute work ethic for anxiety. They substitute work ethic for a bunch of like bullshit thinking that just distracts them from doing what they really should be doing, which is
working,
getting stuff done. Because like, what is the thing you're trying to feel? There's a giant difference. Like if I am in my office, there's a giant difference between how I feel if I just watch YouTube videos. Even if it's like an interesting thing. It's a giant difference between how I feel that than if I go over my material and I start writing and I write a new tagline, I write a new joke, I have a new premise, I have a new thing, and I put it in my phone. Now I go to bed, I feel great.
Right.
Now I feel good. So it's like you got to learn, like, what is the thing that helps? The thing that always helps my mental state is to be to be engaged in a thing, and to be creative and to try to figure this thing out and then do the work that you need to be doing for your career, for the thing that you love, which is comedy, right? Or whatever it is, or even podcasting. Work on that thing.
Right.
Work on the thing. And then when you're done, you feel good. If you're just fucking off, you just feel like a loser. And if you feel like a loser and then you start feeling that, maybe that's who I am, and then you have imposter syndrome, and then it like... Just be professional. Just get it.
Yeah.
Do the things you have to do. And then if I do all that stuff, then I can actually enjoy a movie. I can sit down and enjoy a movie. If I fucking did everything I'm supposed to do, I can enjoy anything. But if I have like in my head, like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm not doing the work I'm supposed to be doing, then I feel like a loser. So it's like just do the work, and then you don't feel like a loser, and then you could be sociable. Then you're fun to hang out with because you're not like overwhelmed. Like your mind is not on this thing that you should really be doing. Instead of being here at this party with your friends, you really should be at home working on that thing. Get all that shit done so that you don't feel bad.